It's the TalkOver. I hope you got your bus tickets. Kevin, how are you doing, buddy?
Not too bad.
Well,
How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. I know that I am, but are you tired? I'm tired. Are you tired?
It's Friday.
I'm not even tired for like my own stuff, man. Let's go through this. 2020, couple of bad things happened. Yeah. 2021 was the sequel. 2022, it was personal. It's like Jaws. 2023, we all ran outside and ripped our clothes off and said, I'm not taking this anymore. And then here we are in 2024. This was when we were all supposed to explode, but in a good way. This is when things were really going to start taking off. We were kind of acclimated to the outside world. I'm not finding a whole lot of awesome stuff going on. I'm not even talking about my own life, which there are things I am tired of in that as well. But good Lord, everybody I know has something not awesome, like not world ending, but it'd be a lot cooler if it didn't happen. And that's why I do what I do. I stay up way too late, way past my bedtime, and I swim down into the sea of time, and I scoop up the primordial ooze, and I fight off angler fish, and I hold it up to the heavens, and I go, there's a little bit of juice left in this turd. I was up late one night, street sharking through the internet, and this wonderful little trailer fell into my lap. The Big Bus. I was cackling at this trailer. I was like, why have I never heard of this? This is insane. The trailer, let me bring this up real quick. This trailer purports that there's fiery infernos, airports, luxury liners, earthquakes, lighter than aircraft, and now the Big Bus. I don't know what the listing convention is for that in the trailer. Is the Big Bus a natural disaster? It fits with some of the things, I think, or so I don't know. But the first thing I thought was I have to send this to Kevin, but I couldn't send it then because it was like a weird hour. Like if you get a text at 3 a.m, you somebody better be dead. And then I was like, so I'll save it. And then I waited like a weird amount of time, and then I forgot about it, and then I sent it to him again. It was probably still too late. And he sent back. He sent back positive things about it. And I said, I would really love to have you on the TalkOver for this because I can't think of anybody else that I could. This has got you written all over it just because it's so wacky and weird and forgotten and obscure. And so when you messaged me back that you would do it, I messaged so many people. I'm like, Kevin's in for the Big Bus. And they were like, great. What are you talking about? This is my God now. I think about this thing all the time. So neither of us have seen this. What are your thoughts thus far with just seeing the trailer for the Big Bus?
I watched that trailer like 3 or 4 times. I thought you were joking at first, and I'm like, no, he's real. And then I had to do a lot of investigating on it because I thought it wasn't a real movie. It was like something people just pulled together. And I'm like, no. And you go on IMDb, you find it's full length. You got the whole cast, and it blew my mind that was even a thing.
Stockard Channing is in this. Rizzo, I think, was her name. Is that her name in Greece? She's in this. Yeah. Some guy from Dallas is in it. Real actors are in this movie. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, they showed so much in the trailer. I'm like, what are they not showing? Like.
Well, I gotta look it up real quick because I cannot remember when Airplane came out. It looks like it came out in 1980. This trailer looks like it's going after Airplane. But it's not. It's way before Airplane. And this is one of the most amazing things I've discovered about the 70s and the 80s. So like in 1981 and 83, I think, is when the Cannonball Run movies came out that we know of with Burt Reynolds. That's not even the first Cannonball Run movies. There was 3 of them in the same year this movie came out. Teen Wolf in the 80s wasn't even the first Teen Wolf movie of the 80s. I don't even think it was the first one of that year that it came out. Sometimes in American history, and I guess other history too, we invent the can before we invent the can opener. And I think that's what the Big Bus, it even has the colors of the TalkOver on the bus. Like this is perfect. So all right. So I need to talk about something before we get too far into this. There are 3. This comes with a little bit of a disclaimer. There are 3 flavors of the TalkOver. There's original recipe, which is where I don't know the movie. There's barbecue flavor, where the other person doesn't know the movie. And then there's nacho cheese, which is where we are tonight. We don't know what's going to be inside this dirty little dip that we're getting into. So a warning, I don't know what's coming up. You might see exposed genitalia. Someone might take the Lord's name in vain. Your local pastor is probably not going to be okay with this science experiment of an adventure. It is rated PG. It does exist before PG-13 was invented, though. That's another thing I had to look up. So at worst, it should be PG-13. We're probably okay. There's probably some words they're going to say that are not okay. I wasn't there. I'm not defending the 70s. They didn't ask me. So go into this with a little bit of warning. Aaron's joined us here at the beginning. I don't know how many people are going to take the journey to get. You can rent it on, I think it's on Hoopla right now. You can rent it on Amazon. They gave it a Blu-ray release in 2023.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Why don't we know about this movie? Where has it been hiding this whole time, man? This is what I picture. I picture there's like a shrimp boat out in the ocean, and there's some man, and he's taking these movies and he's attaching weights to them and he's tossing them off into the ocean, and everybody's in the water and they're floating around. They're going, oh, look, here's a movie. This one's Barbie. I like this one. And they're like, oh, let's swim over here. Oh, there's Oppenheimer. This is a good one too. And they're swimming around all this stuff. But then every now and then he takes one. He's like, man, this is an old movie. And he just throws it way past all the people. And I'm like, I got it. Because I just want to keep things from going into obscurity. I want to pull them back from the bottom of the ocean. So head on over to Amazon, rent the movie. I'm going to do my spiel because in a moment, I'm going to count 3, 2, 1, go. We're all going to get our bus tickets and get on and ride, and we're going to click go on go. I'm going to put up a timer up on the screen, and I don't have it ready like always. This way you can stay synced up, and we'll also take a break at the hour mark, talk for a moment, and then we'll come back, finish up the movie. It's the TalkOver. Anything else before we go on, Kevin? You ready for this? I'm excited.
Wow, I'm so excited. It's like Christmas Day. What's going to be in the box? I'm so excited.
It's got like what the worst case scenario is. It's bad, and then that's hilarious. So anyway,
Yeah, what if it's like Nazi propaganda and we just didn't realize it? Or it could be. It could take us in a whole different direction, and I'm so excited for this.
I am not super that one. I didn't worry about that until you said it just now. But I will tell you this: the reception section on Wikipedia for this movie is the smallest I've ever seen. They're like, it's got a 6.4 or 64% on Rotten Tomatoes, and like that's it. It's like one sentence. So all right. Yeah, Aaron just said KGZ and the Heezy. That's absolutely right. I had to have him on for the big bus. So get it queued up. Is yours ready, Kevin?
I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go. Where's my timer? You move one thing. I have 86 windows open. I got it ready. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh man, Paramount. Hey, I was telling you, Kevin, about the logo ranking video Chad and I did. Paramount didn't do well. It's nice, but oh man, I've been watching a lot of stuff from the 70s recently. 70s and 80s. I just had on Blues Brothers the other day. I'm going to read this to everybody. There have been movies about big earthquakes. There have been movies about big boats sinking, movies about big buildings burning. Oh, movies about the big German balloons bursting. Oh no, that's the Hindenburg. That's the through line. Is that, so is it supposed to be a disaster? I'm glad they answered it out the gate though. I don't trust this guy already.
Cyclops.
Yeah. Oh no, Scott Summers going to come out and be like, stop talking to my girlfriend that way. Sorry, Scott Summers. I love you. Have you watched Jury Duty yet with James Marsden?
No. I watched the first 2 episodes and then ADD kicked in, and then I haven't watched the rest of it.
Fair enough. But, it's so charming at the end. They picked the right guy. He's so sweet. I love it. And James Marsden's a homie, man. He's down to clown. Oh, they did it in alphabetical order. Okay. Auburn White.
Yeah, forgot they do credits at the beginning of the movie,
Well, I also watch a lot of Tarantino. I say a lot of Tarantino movies. I watch Tarantino movies over and over again.
He does,
and he always does a. Oh, this must be the unveiling then.
Oh, the big boss has got to
be. These guys are in fire suits. So I did read a little bit about the bus before the titular bus rolls out of its building. thing. There is a real one that's kind of this, but not really. And then the ones that they used were just a bunch of prop stuff. But as far as I understand, there's one of these, and they did call it the Cyclops because it had a big window on the front of it. Yeah. So, oh no, this is the bus to go to the bus. This is the little bus.
This is a baby bus.
A baby bus.
We're waiting for the prequel on this bus. See how this one got here.
Aren't those colors so good, man?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is early too. This isn't even like the 80s orange and reds and browns. This is the 70s orange and reds and browns. And I'll be honest with you.
Dropping them off.
It is. It's on the other side of the. Oh, they're picking them up. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. Hey, there's Stalker Channing. She's gonna be a beauty school dropout one day. When did Grease come out? I remembered a laptop this time. Everybody, be proud of me. 78 was Grease. Oh wait, this is 76. So there's only 2. Whoa, she was in this introducing Stalker Channing. She's probably in other stuff before this.
Yeah.
She's a talent and a treasure.
Oh, yep, there they go. Okay, now they're all getting off the bus. Okay.
Oh, it's gonna be one of these movies, Kevin. It's gonna be one of these. It's airplane before airplane, man.
I just imagine being in this movie and then watching Airplane a couple years later, seeing how big of a hit that one was, just being pissed off. It was a plane. We should have done the plane, not the bus.
It makes way more sense. No one would ever get on this bus. Jesus, man. Oh, okay. He's about to speech, everybody. Cyclopsis is the big bus's name. Jeez. So hold on. I love knowing what numbers are nowadays. 12 million in 1976.
How much it cost?
That's what he said. In 1976. It's $66 million, Kevin. Jesus. Dollar's worth nothing. Ooh. Oh.
Classic.
I love the look of dark rooms with lights on. I know this is like, as I'm saying it sounds so stupid. I like the look of dark rooms with lights on consoles, like War Games or Short Circuit starts out with that. I love the him. I know this guy. The antiqueness of it, I think, really adds to it. And it shows that the light like rays and stuff from the old celluloid with those lights. Trying to capture something dark is really, really hard. I guess he's not Joseph Bologna. No. Who's this guy?
The guy on the left?
Guy in the brown leather jacket. He's been in a bunch of stuff.
You know the 2 bullies in A Christmas Story?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the little one.
I don't believe you. I'm not trusting you. What was that's Ned Beatty. I do know that name. Yeah, Ned Beatty's he was in Deliverance. He's a old Hollywood actor. You ever seen Deliverance?
No, but I know that's a classic one.
I don't know if it's good, but man, and Burt Reynolds is so young and he's all like ripped up and because these rednecks are chasing him through the woods, and at some point Burt Reynolds is like, no, now they're in the woods with us. And he's like coming out of the water with a bow and arrow. It's insane. But yeah, that's the guy that they tell to squeal like a pig. Now that I'm remembering it, it's all coming back to me, unfortunately.
Is Deliverance the one with the fiddles or whatever?
Or the banjo. Yeah, dueling banjo.
The banjo.
That guy, I'm 99% sure the guy that was in the brown leather jacket, Ned Beatty, I think he's the one playing guitar. Whoa. And now Ned's dead. But yeah, there's a kid sitting on a porch and he's picking on a old banjo. And this guy, these like city folks show up and one of them has a guitar and he's like, hey, he's like, play something. The kid don't say nothing because the kid's special. That's just what we called it when we was down there back in the day. He's special. I didn't diagnose him. I don't know what it is. He's special, but he's holding the banjo, and then the other guy he picks something, and then the kid goes dun 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 dun, and the guy's like, okay, dun dun dun, and they just and they get it, man. Yeah, so this is the debut of the bus. I mean, it's pretty exciting. Hey, he survived. That's why you wear your PPE, folks. Safety is sexy. Kevin, have you ever taken a bus trip?
Yeah.
Like, other than school, you've gone on like a Greyhound.
Yep. I went to school at UW Milwaukee, and I didn't bring my car up there, so I'd take a bus down from Milwaukee to
Come back to see the family
Madison.
stuff. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on,
Yep.
right on.
It was
That's
a good
cool.
time.
That's not a super long ride. About what, about an hour and a half?
Yeah, close to 2 hours
Close to
on a
hours?
bus.
Okay. Yeah, bus.
Yeah. Not so bad.
He's in
Is that an iron lung?
lung. Yeah, it's a big iron lung. I guess they were bigger back then than the one that's in Big Lebowski, huh?
Oh yeah, I forgot there's one in the Big Lebowski.
Yeah. So this guy, I see what's going on here. I think there's a little corporate espionage. I think other people are wanting the technology of the Cyclopsis big bus. Oh, dang, they're just dead. No, wait, he's okay.
Wait, oh.
What are we doing? Get on the bus. Whoa.
Whoa.
He's like Iron Man, but lamer. Oh, there's the guy. He's from Dallas. Does anybody remember who shot JR? I certainly don't. My God, that was all over the South when I was a kid. That was the Breaking Bad of its day, Dallas. Scotty Shorty would have been a better way of saying that. Just putting it out there. Instead of Shorty Scotty. It's a firsty.
Bomb. You're right.
Yep. Yeah, because the other guy said it was like something of a bigger bomb. Well, they're going to need a bigger bomb for the big bus. Here's my thing. I feel like thus far, look, I think the bus hadn't even left the station yet. So I'm already having a good time. But you said something earlier that I like a lot is that you think they went and watched Airplane and were like, I'm thinking they went and watched it and went, man, it's actually funny. You ever seen a grown man naked? I recognize him from something. Yeah, this is a non-tent pole, non-franchise. This would have been like when Ambulance came out a few years ago. Did you see it? Did you see that movie?
I didn't even know that was a movie.
It's a Michael Bay movie with Jake Gyllenhaal in it. It's really good, and nobody went to see it.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about now. I saw the trailer for it, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. And then the title came across, Ambulance.
Like, I don't care.
No, yeah. I immediately stopped caring.
I agree. That's not great. Not a great name. But I will say this in defense of Ambulance, it is like the most Michael Bay movie he's made since like Bad Boys 2. Honestly, like it harkens back to the heyday of the Bay. I didn't know that was a term until I was saying it out of my mouth, but now I've just coined the heyday of the Bay. That's right, folks. The Guy Fieri of film. Before I did this, because now we're in the movie. Nobody's written this movie. We can talk about this. I had a thing planned out at the earlier part of the show because I want to add another accolade to my growing list of nicknames. Because I've got Guy Fieri of film, Memphis Reigns of movies, Cinnabon of cinema. I want to be this guy. I want to be the Bear Grylls of Blockbuster. And the reason is I have this burned in my brain. The only time I watched Bear Grylls was when he picked up an elephant turd, and it's big as you'd imagine, and he holds it up and he squeezes the water out of it to survive, and you can't unsee some things. And so I want to be the Bear Grylls of Blockbuster. Maybe he's gonna start singing Irish death songs. Oh, There's her swastika right there.
What?
I'm so
There
sorry. It was on the wall. I'm sorry. Somebody wrote it. And they also don't like Nixon. I'm not going to weigh in on that one. I'm not going to weigh in on that one. That's tricky. You're not trapping me today. Ah, there it is. That's what I was worried about.
I was hoping to come in a little later, but
Yeah, they get in there, don't they? Oh, wait, that's not, he didn't mean it like that. Okay, we're okay. We're fine. That's just an unfortunate one they started with. El Diablo or Mount Diablo. Oh, this guy has a past.
Yeah.
Oh, I think from the trailer, he's going to be the big bus driver. I know who he reminds me of, which is making me very excited. He looks exactly like the guy that crashed the Costa Concordia, that ship that flipped over, the cruise liner. Oh my God, which is what they listed in the beginning. Oh my God, this guy looks just like him. That guy is fascinating. If you've never looked into what all went down when the Costa Concordia flipped over, it's buck. Someone was doing a magic show while that happened, Kevin. They sawed a woman in half and the boat flipped over and all both of her halves slid. And this man looks like the American version of him. This is in the trailer. Yeah. Oh, he ate a foot, man. This guy's raw.
Yeah.
Not double clutching like you should. You could have blown the well. Well, it's not Roadhouse, but
no, I know.
Who was she?
I know he was supposed to be biting his finger, but it really looked like he just sucked on it for a couple seconds there.
Yeah, he gave it. He made a noise. He hummed. Was that a leg just sticking out of the wall? I mean, this is worth every penny. The world's wrong about the big bus. All right. Oh, dude, it is like Roadhouse. I was right. It is a leg.
It was a leg. Yep.
I was going to talk about this a little bit at the head of the show. But I do need to start doing like movie reviews to some degree if I'm going to keep up this Memphis Reigns of Movies malarkey. So I'm just going to go ahead and admit we messed up by not watching Roadhouse tonight. I'm just going to admit it. I messed up. It was on the calendar. I knew. I didn't put two and two together, and I got blinded by the big bus. But it's really, really good, and not a lot of people have checked it out yet because we're on the day after the new Roadhouse has been released. And it's absolutely amazing. Everybody should go check it out, I think. Or you can check it out at home. You don't have to go to check it out. But the cinematography is out of this world. There's fight scenes that I'm like, I don't know how they shot that. And it's all at first I was like, man, it's moving too quick. I can't see anything. And then I got acclimated to how fast it is. And I don't want to, I can't even talk about the first scene because like, as soon as the first scene comes on, I went, oh, because somebody that's in it that I had no idea is in it. But it's if I think everyone should check out the new Roadhouse, unless you don't like violence. It's maybe the most violent thing I've ever seen.
So watch Roadhouse if you like violence. What should we watch if we like big buses?
Oh, definitely the big bus, number one. Number two, I'm gonna say, what do we do if we like big buses? Jack Reacher, because he's always riding a bus. It does. I will say this about the new Roadhouse: it is a little Jack Reachery, but like I think they were making it, but when they were making the second season of Reacher, so like there's some unintentional stuff there. But Reacher's kind of Dalton a little bit.
Yeah, or Speed. Speed was a bus movie.
That's the right call, Kevin. This is why I had you on the show. Speed might be one of the best action movies ever made. Like, it's one that people don't talk about a lot. And every time I put it on, it's incredibly, like, it's so well made. Good call on Speed. Yeah, that's the one. Everybody's telling off their dead relative. It's the most hateful funeral ever. We're still not on the bus. God, even in Mallrats, they got to the mall faster.
What if that's the joke? That the bus never actually comes into play for the whole movie.
What if the bus is in our mind the whole time? You know what, man? It's not that bad so far. This is comedy of the time.
Yeah.
Maybe it was big for like it didn't even list the budget and what it made. That's rare. You want to come drop out of my beauty school? If you know what I mean. I wonder if they have a past. Yeah, but she recruits him. She knows even though he ate a foot, he's the best driver ever. This is genius.
Has he been in any other movies? I'm not familiar with that
That's
guy.
a great question. I'll find out for you, buddy. I'd like to know that as well. So he's got to be Captain Dan Torrance. His name's Joseph Baloney, by the way. Dead serious. Okay. Blame It on Rio. My favorite year. He did voiceover for Superman. Oh. He's in Big Daddy.
Big Daddy, huh?
Yeah, for like one scene. He passed away in 2017, by the way. Pancreatic cancer. Made it to 82. Good job, Mr. Baloney. He's in a bunch of stuff, man. Jersey Girl, not the one you're thinking of. Oh, he did voice in Ice Age: The Meltdown.
Really?
Yeah, that's fun. He worked, man. He had a lot of TV too. So a lot of these people are from TV. I did look up the director, and he did a bunch of TV stuff as well, which is not that dissimilar from like, say, a Mangold or a Reeves or somebody coming in to do like some kind of a big movie. Wikipedia calls this a cult classic. That's generous. Yeah, James Frowley was the director. Oh, he directed the Muppet movie and the Monkees TV show, which I loved the Monkees as a kid, man. I wanted to live in a house with my bandmates. I grew up and realized how no one wants to live in a house with their bandmates.
Hey, Trent, is that what your racing rig looks like?
In my sim rig? You mean my state-of-the-art NASCAR level sim rig? I wish, man. Dude, there's a video game called Snow Runner, and I was so excited because I'm like, this looks like cathartic. It looks like just something I'll kick back with. You know, you're just driving a truckload across snowy roads, and I won't have to get in a rut. It's a nice, calm, pleasant game. It doesn't play for shit. Like, I about broke a PS4 trying to get it to run. The PS5 will do it, but it chugs. It's so delayed with the wheel that it's impossible to use. I was like really excited to be like trucking. But I have an update on the sim rig. I broke the R3 button straight off of that thing. Yeah. I was going. There was a thing I was going for where you had to go like 300 miles an hour, and I was pushing a bunch of cars to their limits. And the R3 button is the nitrous button, and it don't go any faster the harder you press it, but it will shoot off into oblivion. And I still don't know where the R3 button is on the thing. Lessons were learned. I got up to 260 in a Camaro, though. It was the most frightening thing I've ever done. I would never do that in real life. Jesus Christ. So I can't resell it. There are people, though, that do build, on a serious note, they build boxes that look like that, where they'll put a bunch of buttons to like, because then you just do like macro keys and you know how to do all that stuff. But like, they'll just have it's just one button for everything. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. We knew a guy that was big into the flights. He's still out there. Did someone do the 5-point palm exploding heart trick on him? Oh. A what now? You could do a lot more with an electronic earthquake, like rob a bank or change the price of oil or rule a country by saying you'll stop all these earthquakes that are happening. They're just going to use an electric earthquake. Is that a thing? That's not a thing. You made that up.
There's a lot more plot in this than what I was thinking it'd be for a bus movie.
I'm sorely underprepared for this. Yeah, it's like a John Grisham novel. Electric Earth. That'd be a great name for a prog rock band.
Electric Earthquake.
Hi everybody, we're Electric Earthquake, and we're gonna play Plum Plum McBomb Bomb. Here we go. Da, 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 da. There's a movie called Electric. No, a cartoon called Electric Earthquake. No, an episode of Superman cartoon called Electric Earthquake.
Oh, here it comes. Here it goes.
Yes.
Woo!
Go away, Superman.
What?
We're not getting it, Kevin. We're not getting it. We're 23 minutes into this movie and there's no big bus. I'm afraid we won't see everything on the big bus if we don't hurry.
I'm at the point where I kind of hope it does come at the end now.
It just, they crash it into the wall and they're like, da-da, we're done. This guy.
I gotta say though, Airplane did have more laugh per minute than this one does so far.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like they're trying to do a lot of heavy lifting so that people, like, they're trying to establish all these motives a little too well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they could take a note from like Ricky Stenicki. They handle that in the opening cartoon.
Ricky Stenicki, that's the new one that came out, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good, dude. You like it? Yeah, it's pretty good. There's some stuff that's like not great, but like, comedy's subjective. So there's some things in it. But like once Cena's on the scene, man, he's on the scene like a Cena sex machine. But I was talking to Chad a lot about this because they kind of use Cena the same way. Like the setup and all his jokes are kind of similar. It's if you watch the scene in Suicide Squad where he's walking along the beach and he's like, I'd eat every dick on this beach or whatever he says. That's kind of every joke that they write for him. They kind of did that a lot with like Kevin Hart, and they did it with a bunch of other people. Batista, they were kind of doing that, but if you watch Stuber, he went off the reservation with that one. It's fine. But Cena has so many more opportunities in Ricky Stenicki to do different types of comedy. He's pretty good, man. Bill Macy shows up and he acts like a tornado in one of the scenes, man. He's super good in it. There's other people that are there. But those two like made it for me, William H. Macy and John Cena. So it's on Prime as well. Oh, it's got its own mini car to pull it out like a plane does. Oh man. Just straight up the 2001 theme. That wasn't a very old movie when this came out. That's a weird reference. That would be like if I made a movie now and put the Nolan bois in it.
Yeah.
Here it is, folks. The big bus on Goodyears.
Coyote?
Yeah, this is a weird thing. I think that there's an actual company called Coyote. I think they were also trying to say this was I wonder if it's like the hoverboard. When Back to the Future 2 came out, they said that the hoverboard was real. And I was a child and I believed it because I'm gullible. Kevin knows this all too well. He gets me to believe stuff all the time. And so like it's kind of like how Blair Witch Project, they were like, yeah, it totally happened. And it did. And those kids showed up at the MTV Movie Awards a few months later. So there's talk of a Coyote bus company, but I quit caring about it at that point, so I didn't look up anymore. Man, I would not drive that bus. Look at all the glass in front of you.
I would love to drive that bus.
You would just you have a background in driving some trucks, at least moving some around, yeah?
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
Like around the yard and stuff, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's wild, man. I can't imagine. I think I'm curious about it because I'm a little cocky, but I also know I can't. Like I ran into my garage door the other day with my car, and it's the smallest car. It couldn't be any smaller, and I'm just like, Trent, come on, man.
If I tried doing it today, I'd mess it all up. I'm so out of practice with all that.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, we'll go halvesies on a rig.
We'll be like
How about
Smokey
that?
and the Bandit. It only cost $80,000 in 1977. I've also seen Over the Top many times, so I'm so ready to not only be your co-pilot in a semi truck, but also an arm wrestling phenom. Oh man! So this is the gathering of this part's in the trailer, and I don't understand this part. Let's just dissect this one.
Okay.
Okay. It's gonna come in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says something about, they're going to Trenton. Hey. The big bus is gonna be inside Trenton. Oh man. But yeah, he says something that's like, it's like you can see God or you don't believe in God, but we can see the big. And I'm like, what's the point? It's just like the trailer. What's the point? I bet that thing around her neck smells.
I can smell it. I can smell it right now.
It smells old, like dusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
a little bit of mothball.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of the tacky twap. Those are TVs, Kevin. TV.
Hella.
T/V. Tele-vision. Oh, I told y'all we might say some bad words. She's gonna upchucking all of them.
Oh man.
She.
Oh.
That dog Cody's like, give me that. There's a band playing next to this poor Cody.
Look at the coyote's front legs. It's off the ground.
Channing's carrying this thing by. This movie's insane. It has a loading ramp stairway.
Oh.
We're off the chains, folks. That poor coyote. So this probably doesn't have the. I don't know when PETA was invented, but it probably doesn't have the thing that animals are harmed. They probably ran over some shit, man. There's the coyote. It's just like laying there, and she moves it. And it's like, I'm not going anywhere.
She picked it up while it was laying down.
It's doing the best acting job though. It's perfect. But I rewatched I don't know if it's the original, but I watched. It has to be from the 70s. Oh, I know that guy. Oh, this is what the interior looks like. Looks like a house on the rock. Okay. What were we talking about? I was watching the old Journey to the Center of the Earth. Like old enough it would have been covered probably on MST3K. It's wonderful. It's a great movie. The special effects are incredible. But like to fight off giant creatures at the center of the earth, they just did the superimposed thing where they all react, and it looks like the Peter Jackson King Kong. But they used a real lizard, and they just made the video bigger, and then they killed the lizard in the fake video. They just killed a lizard. And that's what's on the movie. So people paid money to go into the theater and watch somebody stab a lizard to death. That's not doing anything to hurt anybody. It's not even like a Komodo dragon. It's just like a pet lizard. Like they went to a store and paid $5 for it.
Went to a PetSmart in a little plastic tub.
God, the 70s were wacky.
Oh, this is in the trailer too.
Yeah. He says a bunch of things right here that's funny. Oh, of the road. Oh, Oh, when he said in the trailer, I have something wacky in my middle ear and I can't stay off the shoulders, I'm like, is that some kind of a turn of phrase that we lost in the 70s? Ooh, the stairs even have carpet on them.
Oh, I know. I love it.
Oh, that orange brown. Oh, the house I grew up in had that color carpet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One of them couches with a wagon wheel on it. It's like Urban Cowboy.
All right, Trent, what do you think about doing a shot-for-shot remake of this?
Well, for starters, we gotta get on the bus sooner. I think after watching Roadhouse, I like, the idea of, I don't want there to be backstory on the main driver, the Short King driver.
Yeah.
Mr. Baloney. I don't want to Captain Dan Baloney. His name's not Dan, but Captain Baloney. I think the captain should show up and just be like, everyone like whisper about him. Like, oh, it's Captain Baloney. Did he know? And we'll name him Captain Baloney in honor of this guy.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all I got so far. Can we get Carey Mulligan for the Stalker channel? Can we get Carey Mulligan to drag a coyote across a parking lot? Like a stuffed one, like a taxidermed one?
We'll CGI.
Okay. Oh, God. Us doing CGI coyote has to be great. I'll Photoshop it. We'll do it like South Park.
And then at the very end, we're going to CGI an even bigger bus. That the whole plot of it was to take a bus to the bus.
The pre-bus.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people believe in the pre-bus. The pre-bus is, you gotta, it's a real thing. Safety's a virtue, not a hurt you. They cut down this guy's scene. They didn't do those other lines that are in the trailer.
They lied to us.
Where's your God now, old woman? Oh, bap. There's a whole other year before Star Wars came out, and I don't remember when Empire came out after that. So this is several years ahead of Then I'll See You in Hell. Which Chad told me here recently, they're they're about to do a run this summer of the original Star Wars and all, I think 9 of the Skywalker saga in theaters.
Oh, nice.
Take that, James Cameron. Oh, look at her. I want to watch Grease after this. Look at that fugly wall.
What was that?
They're all smoking. Yeah, it really reminds me of the House on the Rock. Okay, all right. I see. This is in the style of comedy. I got it. So speaking of 2000, this is interesting. Speaking of 2001 from earlier, A Space Odyssey, I have a sign hanging in my bathroom, and it's for a zero gravity toilet. It's the instructions on how to use a zero gravity toilet. And if you don't know what that sign looks like, just Google 2001 zero gravity toilet. And the guy in the movie is just standing there leaning against the wall reading, and it's the size of a sheet of paper. It's the most text you can fit on one screen. I don't know who would have time. It's hilarious that it's in 2001. I'm like, this was a brilliant joke in such a serious movie, but it's obviously overkill. And so I took screenshots and I remade that and hung it next to my toilet, so you can sit there and go, oh, Trent must have like some space stuff or something. As soon as you start reading it, you start going, nobody ever used a toilet like this. What is this? I have information on this guy. This is my one thing I have. The lead singer, Tommy Joyce guy. So Tommy, that's not his name. I added the guy part. So this guy, I'm going to bring up his name while I'm saying this. You ever seen Blues Brothers?
Yeah.
He's in it. John Landis said that he cast Murphy Dune as because Murphy was the lead singer. I think it was something in the Murphs or something in Blues Brothers, but he cast him based off of this movie to be in Blues Brothers.
Wow. Okay.
That's the one and only fact I got on the big bus, and I can close this laptop.
I'm glad the big bus launched a career of someone.
For at least 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a good 2 years. I did, and I didn't. Not. It was just a coincidence that I watched. He's refilling his bottle. It's in a bag. All right, I'm gonna tell this story real quick. He might be embarrassed if I tell him. It's fine. I think it's okay. The first beer that I ever had, my dad bought for me, which is a lot of, dad buys beer for a kid. I was a teenager at the time. And every time he'd come pick me up on the weekends, he'd stop at a gas station and be like, you want anything? And I go, yeah, give me an Ice House. Because Ice House beer was really like, there's a lot of commercials for it at the time. I was a child. And so I'd make that joke. And then one day he finally came back and he had a small brown bag with a single Budweiser, and he sits it in my lap and he's like, you got to finish that before we get back to the house. It wasn't a good beer, folks. It was fine. It was fine. But that's how I shared it with my dad. But I just I was drinking it out of a brown bag like a hobo from the 70s. Like I'd just fallen on all my, they have a central command unit.
Is that in the bus?
No. This is back at HQ. This is NASA. This is like Houston.
Oh, yeah.
So to run this, to take, because I did look it up. It said there's, oh God, it's just gonna push out, isn't it? Does that happen often? There it is. Oh no.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And they cut it like right before it even touched down. Just like Condor Man.
Well, there's a guy under there who's like lowering it by hand.
They got the coyote to hold it with its teeth. Oh, now we get to meet all the characters that are on the bus. But yeah, okay, so 100 and I think it's 110 people is how many is supposed to fit on this bus. I think that's how many people can fit on a bus. Or it's like 50 maybe?
Like a normal bus. Yeah,
it's not that much more to be 4 times the size of a regular bus. But they also have 10 people in a command center, and there's 2 pilots, and there's like 4 support staff on board, and the coyote and a lounge singer. That's got to be an expensive ticket.
Uh-oh.
What? Everyone has to watch this movie. No one's gonna believe that it exists. Wonder how much you think I could get this thing for? Like own the rights to it. $1,000? What if they have like a little blip in their revenue and it's like 3 people because of this show watch it and they're just like, oh, and we get like a 4K steelbook of it.
Wow.
They've been on the road for an hour and they're already washing the bus. It's like somebody's road. Like there's just people behind them. It is a bowling alley, and is that going? Do you have to roll it uphill? Oh, it's this. That's cute.
All
right. Oh, I hope the end of it is a guy laying in that bowling alley and somebody comes to try and get some of his land. And so he kills him with a bowling pin and tells him he's going to drink his milkshake. Oh, a pool. Man, I bet in 76, if you were like 9 or 10 or 13, somewhere around there, this would be all right, man. I feel like you'd get down on the big bus.
I would love to drive it. I would hate to be on that bus.
It feels claustrophobic, right?
It does, yeah. That pool did not look like a good time.
It probably has carpet on the ceiling.
It's probably carpet in the pool.
Dan Torrance aborts for no man, but he'll eat a foot, by God. No, the bowling alley is uphill. You have to throw a bowling ball like a skee ball. What a psychopath. And then he's got something wacky in his middle ear again. He's out.
There he goes.
All right, so it's got the Adam West afterburner. Our fruit stand.
Oh no.
I like it when they do the old. I'm sorry. This is absurd. So they're just killing people. This is like the end of Fast Five. This is brilliant. Oh, I wonder if that's a bomb.
Oh,
Topping off at 80.
you know what? I really want to cut this in with Keanu Reeves from Speed.
Like what if it's like the cops or the bad guy, and then it cuts to them in there because there's a microphone hanging in it.
Yep.
Okay. So Chad and I were talking about something the other day, and I haven't started on it yet because it kind of sounds like one of those projects that I'm going to get way too far into and realize I can't get out of this and I have to abort. And I hate giving up on. I really hate giving up on projects. I like to finish stuff, but I kind of want to recut trailers to old movies and make them better because I think that every editor. This is projecting here. I think that every editor is a little cocky and they think I could have cut that a little better, or like I could take even in the 12-minute a trip to the moon, I could cut out about 3 minutes. So I kind of want to try with just like hype it the hell up. But then I was like, I don't even know where to start, man. So it's in there. But if I'm doing that, I could cut this and Speed together, and I actually might start on it first.
I was gonna say it feels easy. Yeah.
A good warm up to it. There's a whole other estate room where the captain's. This guy's exactly like the Costa Concordia guy, except American. No offense to Captain Baloney, but the other guy's Italian, so like we have to be like, there's a little more badass if he's Italian. Let's just be honest. The bicentennial diorama. Let's talk about what's going on in the country around this time. 1976 bicentennial. Everybody's into as we know from Dazed and Confused, everyone's into that patriotic brouhaha. 1971 was the national speed limit. OPEC was happening. So I think around this time people were doing every other day gas fill ups. So if depending on what your license plate ended in, that told you what day you could get gas. And there were like lines at the gas stations. You thought it was bad when we bought up all the toilet paper. But that's what we're right in the heart of right here in this movie. And it's the longest time, I think. No, that's not true. That's not a real stat. But we hadn't had no. I think Vietnam was kicking in. I was about to say something really not correct.
You know what this room is reminding me of? It's giving me Snowpiercer vibes. You know how there's different classes?
You said we talked about that too. When you saw the trailer, you're like, this is like Snowpiercer. Yes. They're the hoity-toity. This guy, jeez. It is like that though. The rich people. What's her name? Who was the lady that was in that comes out in her dresses?
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, Tilda Swinton coming out, man. Wait, the Vietnam War lasted that long? So the Vietnam War ended the year before this. I am really stupid.
It was like 70s through the 80s, wasn't it?
No, it was 55 to 75. Boy, Mumford High School let me down. I'm sorry. Well, no, my brain let it down. You're fine, Mumford. Wow. So that's a little more perspective. So I guess then, Watergate had happened. That's probably why the Nixon thing on the wall.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
I like perspective. I like to think about that. Like what somebody going to the theater would have. 110 people. Hey. Oh, that's why she's there. She's avenging the Eaton man. This guy. Mount Diablo. There's a similar turn of phrase in the air traffic control world, which is like, you direct thousands of planes in properly, but you have one mid-flight collision and everybody won't let it down, They won't let it go. Oh, no.
Here we go.
No, you have 6, man. There's 4 there, so you'll have 2 left. That's much less. This ain't bad. This is okay, man. I give them a pass. They did a good job. Oh, he's seen some shit. Mount Diablo. Oh no, did he drive on the shoulder? Because he had to leave the other guy up front.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask who's driving it right now.
Look at that shot into a mirror.
Wow.
Now
Wasn't even in line.
Oh, that's really not a funny joke right now, dude. She actually has a gun. Yeah, everything's real small.
Yeah.
As it is, I'm claustrophobic on planes because, like, there's some rooms I feel like I wear rooms I'm standing in sometimes. I actually wish I was more of a short king. I like short kings. Like, they're handsome, compact, and capable of more.
All right, Trent. What would you pay for a ticket on the big bus?
Well,
in today's money.
I didn't catch all of it because they said two things. They said something about Trenton. I don't know if they're leaving from Trenton. I assume they mean New Jersey, and I think they're going to Denver. And so, are we doing 1976 or today's money?
Today's money.
Okay, so we've got a bowling alley, a pool. We got meals included. A drive to Denver at less than 80 miles an hour. God, that's going to take forever. That's like, God, Denver's so far away from there. That's easily 20 hours. So let's call it 2 days because I'll have to stop for gas and fuel. Oh, this guy.
But here's the other thing, Trent, too. The entire staff is doing all this exact same stuff. Like,
yeah, well, yeah, that's a cruise liner. Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't watched Succession, have you? So that's a big plot point is that they own a cruise line and there's a lot of bad stuff that happens. Dude, this is like Speed. He's climbing into the bus. Oh my God, you nailed it. Okay, so I have like 3 threads going right now. So in Succession, they talk a lot about that, about like there's like deaths and rapes and all kinds of stuff that happen on cruises and they have to bury it with money. So that makes me think about that with Big Bus. How much would I pay for this in today's money to have this luxury experience? If it looked exactly like this and was full of these wacky people, I'd pay $300. That seems about what I might be willing to go. $350. Like you could push me to $350, but then they're gonna have extras, so it'll be like $379 really, and then tax, so it's gonna be $400.
400. Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be advertised as 350, but then it'll end up being 400.
Absolutely. Yep. And then I got to figure out a way to get the hell back from Denver. I guess I get on another $800 to get back to Trenton, New Jersey.
Gotta go back on a shittier small bus with no pool. My
favorite appearance of my own name in movies, which yes, I'm that conceited, is in the movie Broken Arrow, and it's when Christian Slater takes a flare, like a road flare, and he strikes it and he tapes it to a gas can and he throws it at the Humvee that has got John Travolta in it, and the lady driving the Humvee that's got Christian Slater is like, "Where'd you learn? Did you learn to do that in the military?" And he goes, "New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey." Man. But, you know, a lot of this is just of the time. People were kind of obsessed with the road. People started putting CB radios in their cars. Smoking the Bandit would be the next year. Cannonball, Gumball Rally, Vanishing Point was 71, I believe, because I think they did it the year that that Challenger came out. It was huge about the car movies in the 80s, 70s. Because it was just a fascination for it. Because we had built the interstate system, so it was.
Oh yeah.
Man, trouble on the big bus. God, you can't go over 80 to get there. Because the national speed limit was 55. Do you know how, God, that would take forever. I can't imagine moving across country at 55. Like what's his face is right. I can't drive it. Like planes existed. It's just what a great movie. I've opened the bomb. I've set us up the bomb. This is wild that you call it Speed, man. I mean, I know it's a bus. Wait, she's playing Don't Stop Talking or all Jane's Book of Bombs.
Oh, that's great.
What is this movie? Somebody wrote it and they went, yep. Tracks. Okay, so I've got 3 symbols. One of them looks like a trident. One's an upside down A. And the other one's just some squiggly lines. I don't see that one. Oh, I'm not playing the same game. Man, I'd love to play that again with you if we ever could.
I love that game. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it's
had
a good time.
one day of playing it intently, and then we never played it again.
It's a little bit like Cards Against Humanity. You know, when you first start, it's very exciting, but then once you kind of learn this stuff, it's like, oh yeah, they played the bees. They played that card again, you know, so it's fun, but it's hard to get that new sense to that freshness when it first comes out. But it's been a long time. We should do that sometime.
Yeah.
She was acting a little too hard in that one, man. I like Stockard Channing, but shit. Don't flare your nostrils. That's what it's a dead giveaway. I'm gonna throw this out there. You're gonna think I'm a little wacky on this, but get it, Mount Diablo. The shooting of this movie is not terrible, because it was shot on 35. That camera's big. They're having to get in these little ass rooms. They just did a tracking shot through it. Just no big deal. Just a little flex. Oh, they're all gonna die now. Okay, so this is what I want to pitch for our remake of The Big Bus. It can't stop.
Even when it explodes, it keeps going.
Absolutely. You know that movie Unstoppable? Spoiler alert, totally stoppable. It's just really hard to. I rewatched that recently because I heard Tarantino going on about it. Because Tarantino loved, Tony Scott. Because I think Tony Scott did True Romance his first script, but he went on for a while about Unstoppable, and I was like, Tarantino really likes Unstoppable, and I watched it when it came out. I was like, let me watch it again. I'm like, oh, he's not wrong, man. But that's our big bus won't stop, can't stop. In fact, everyone has to, so that's a challenge, getting people on the bus and refueling it. I think you have to get on a plane.
Yeah, no, that's what the smaller bus is for. Yeah, land on top of the bus.
Oh, a smaller bus that catches up to
smaller bus.
That's better. I like yours better.
Yeah.
We'll do that for that, and then the refueling will be like executive decision when the plane comes in. Yeah, hell yeah.
All right.
And we're not going to explain it at all.
Well,
I don't want to give a reason why people get on the big bus. They just do.
Yeah. Well, they got to get somewhere.
Yeah. And there's no need to be like, this company built this and there's corporate espionage. Bit of text. There's a bus that don't stop and these people are getting on it. Big bus. We'll write a song. Digga, digga, digga. Big bus. Wheels go round. Big bus.
So
we'll make it like big band, Anyway.
It doesn't stop, right? But it doesn't necessarily need to go fast, right? So it could go like 1 mile an hour while people get on off, right?
You don't want to get on the big bus and go 1 mile an hour, Kevin. Okay. It should be going 100 miles an hour on the interstate, not on its own track, and it just hits. And everyone in the world knows if you get I think that guy might be no, he's not the director. He looks like the director. I think that it's known in our super future. It's not going to be dystopian. It's going to be very similar to now. It'll be like Logan, like a little bit in the future. But everyone knows it's your fault if you get hit by the big bus.
Well, you have a cow catcher. It just pushes you off to the side.
Yeah, it dumps you over like in Fast 6 or 7, whichever one had the ramp cars. Oh man. There has to be a fight on the roof of our big bus, a la Mission Impossible, like the train.
And will it end with the hero ducking and the bad guy getting hit by a tunnel?
Yeah, there's a tunnel in Alaska that goes to Whittier, and it's the craziest thing. It's a single lane tunnel, and people have to wait to be told to go through it. It has tracks that run through it too for delivery stuff. But there's a small town, and everybody lives in 2 buildings inside Whittier. One of them has a school and a hospital and a store, and there's an underground tunnel that leads to the other building where the housing is. So that way, in the dead of winter, kids can still go to school. You can go to the hospital and stuff like that. It's a fishing community. It's one of the creepiest, most Stephen King things I've ever seen in my whole life. When I first went, there was a guy standing outside the tunnel, and we were like, he was hitching a ride because the tunnel's that long. And he was like, "Hey, I took a cab to here, and then you mind giving me a ride on the other end of the tunnel?" And we were like, "Yeah, why not?" And what could go wrong? Stranger in a tunnel. And the whole way there, he gave us like the history of Whittier. It was incredible. And we were like, "You're pulling our leg." And he was like, "No, dude, everybody's in 2 buildings. We got on the other side of it. It was wacky." So we'll end in Whittier. That's where maybe that's the end of the big buses, that it finally stops after, like, it's been going for 50 years. And there's people concerned about boy, they had access to a lot of foam, huh? They must have got their money's worth out of that foam maker. They were like, "We have it."
Can we also have our bus travel through roads in other continents, but not explain how it gets there?
Yep, it's gonna go past like tulip fields in Holland, and it's gonna go like past the Great Wall of China. All right, so I'm gonna give you a heads up. We got a little less than a minute to the hour mark, so we're gonna get ready to pause it and go take a little break. But I'll let you know when that is. So the foam is to slow it, then, huh?
I think I saw this. I think I saw this in a shaving commercial once.
More you need for a man, shave with your hand. I didn't know where I was going with it when I started. Sorry. I said I'd stop doing that, but I can't stop, won't stop. Oh man, it's like Wonka. Or the Charlie and the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
This would be his van. This is how he'd get around, wouldn't it?
Hasawa Wonka. It's Wonka wash backwards. Wow.
By the way, I don't like your idea of how the movie ends because the train can't stop, Trent.
Okay, big bus never stops. All right,
big bus never stops.
Let's go ahead, and I'm going to give a countdown. We'll pause on go. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. So we're at 1 hour and 6 seconds is where I have it. So we don't have a whole lot left, man. So we're gonna take a little break. The timer's gonna go up for 5 minutes, longer than 5 minutes. Go do the 5 P's: personal time, PPs, and poo-poos. Come back. We'll talk for a minute. All right.
Yay.
Okay, I said that weird. I don't know why I did that. I'm very sorry.
Oh, hello, Kevin. How's it going, buddy? How you doing today? I'm Trent's heavy metal Alexa. We haven't met yet.
Oh yeah, I've heard a little bit about you. How you doing, Heavy Metal Alexa?
I'm doing so good. Well, I'm a big fan of yours. I love the Pan's Labyrinth episode. I love the man with the horns. Trent won't stop talking about the man with the eyeball hands, so thank you for that nightmare fuel. Listen, he's still in the bathroom, so he asked me to stretch just a little bit. If you were going to recommend a movie to follow up The Big Bus, like a double feature or a grindhouse, or, you're just having a movie night, what would you suggest to someone to play after The Big Bus?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Now we've talked. You two were talking about a few earlier, a few other movies. Speed is definitely a good one.
Yeah, a part of me almost feels like it's too similar. Too much
Yeah.
bus.
Yeah, I think Speed is completely derivative now.
Yeah, nope, absolutely.
You don't want too much bus in your bus movie.
No, absolutely. I was kind of thinking this is Spinal Tap.
This is Spinal Tap is a wonderful choice for this movie. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the time period, how it looks, the sound, and the music is going to probably be better, I would just assume, than what we're going to get in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah. They're both goofy, like you said, the time periods. They're different themes, of course, but I think Spinal Tap would be a good palate cleanser after The Big Bus.
I think that's wonderful as well. We're going to get on out of here. We're going to finish up The Big Bus. Thanks for coming on, Kevin. Here comes Trick. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
That was good talking to you.
We have to get on with the movie. There's no time to talk about what just happened. We're going to cue back up The Big Bus. We're at hour 6, folks. I'm going to give it the same countdown. You ready, Kevin?
Yeah.
Second verse, same as the first. 3, 2, 1, go. This is Spinal Tap's a good call, man.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that in a minute. I did watch A Mighty Wind the other day.
I haven't seen that one, actually.
Oh, it's so funny. It's real good. Yeah, you'd like it the most, man. Oh, what's the guy with the big eyebrows that's in those things? Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
He is like he's like this old folk star that like just burned out. And so he's just out of his mind in this one and that one. Yeah, he said open the doors.
Is Aaron still in the chat?
I don't know. Sometimes she checks out kind of. Sometimes people have bedtimes. A lot of my friends have bedtime. I should have a bedtime, but I try a lot, but don't work out. Sometimes I'm like, what can I do with heavy metal Alexa? Man. We talked about it a little bit, but I do want to bring up Snowpiercer a little more. For those of you that haven't seen Snowpiercer, my God, that's going to be a cult classic, Snowpiercer. And it came about weirdly like old cult, like if this had played on, TBS and TNT in the 90s, I would have definitely watched this movie. And I think Snowpiercer would have also been a similar type. But it was on Netflix, and it was one of these like, I've never heard of this piece of garbage. And I don't know what possessed me to click play on it, because normally I'd be like, no. And I was obsessed. I remember like coming to work and talking to you about it, and you're like, I have seen that movie. It's insane. But there's a scene in it, because it's a movie about a train that never stops, and it goes through a lot of, I think it's like a frozen tundra post-apocalyptic world. And so to punish people, they have a little hole that they open, and people put their arms out of it, and it freezes their arm off. And I think about that every time I'm smoking in my car in the winter, and I'm just like, ooh, I should quit smoking. Ooh.
I'll be honest, I don't know what the plot is in this movie.
It's just the big bus. Well, okay, so thus far, it is just a bunch of zany characters. It is about the bus being... It's a lot. There's a lot of threads going on in this movie, because you got the corporate stuff. You got the pilot with his own problems. Him and his love thing with Rizzo. I keep saying Rizzo. Is that her name? Is it Rizzo?
No, it's not Rizzo.
What is... I'll look her up.
Because Rizzo is in Greece, right?
That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm talking about Stockard Channing. Yeah, because she was like all over Mr. Baloney.
Yeah.
Stockard's got good hair these days, man. It's like a rock star. Yeah, Rizzo. Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay.
I did this a few episodes ago where I talked myself out of knowing who John Carpenter is. I felt like the biggest idiot in the world. Man, is this Big Shoulder? Or no, this is the singer. Hook up your fulcrum to your emulator button. What is his fulcrum? Because the butthole is the fulcrum of the human body. If you don't believe me, hurt your butthole. Try and do anything. Oh, they've got to get in the gimp suits.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this movie's off the rails, baby.
All right, Halloween costume. Very niche.
The safety suit. I'm on it, Kevin. I'll get us too, buddy. You've done some of my favorite Halloween costumes because you've done Venture Brothers ones a lot.
That was the one that I went all out on.
Wow.
That was my biggest get up. Yeah.
Man.
That was a good one.
It was, yeah, because you did Dr. What's the Henry Killinger? Is that the character?
Yeah, Henry Killinger, and I also did
His Magic Murder Bag. 2-Ton-21?
2-Ton-21.
Oh,
yep.
he's my favorite of the show. I love him.
Yeah.
I almost could do that voice for like whoa, he's got room for two in that iron lung. Did we miss a scene? Was I talking over it? I'm sorry. That seems like that could be its own interesting thing.
Yeah, when did that happen?
I don't remember what I was talking about now. It's probably BS. Oh, the costumes. That was within a year of me going to the Ivory Room for the first time. For those of you that don't know, I actually don't know if it's still open. It has to still be open. There's an old establishment in Madison called the Ivory Room. It's the squishiest carpet I've ever walked on because everyone's spilling their drinks. It'll eat the paint off your shoes. But it's dueling piano players, and you request songs. Like we requested like Avril Lavigne, and they played it. Mm-hmm. They took everything except for Nate kept requesting a Meatloaf song. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe it's Bad Out of Hell. I don't remember what he requested, but they were like, we're not playing. This is the only one they ever didn't play. But I went there around Halloween. I think the first year I came up here, and the two piano players, one of them was Sergeant Hatred, and the other one was Dr. Venture, because he had a shaved head, and he put on the baby blue jumper, and I was like, they get it, they get it.
Yeah, I never finished the last season of Venture Brothers.
And the movie I think is good. I think they stuck the landing. It's not as good as the first 4 seasons. Those are pristine. Those first 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. My God. Oh,
yeah, I want to finish it, but the problem is I feel like I have to watch the whole show to get caught up.
I didn't. And I thought the same way at first too. And it's not that I don't want to watch it. It's just I've watched the first 4 seasons so many. My DVDs are all janked up from watching it a lot. Mm-hmm. That's one of the first shows I had on DVD was Venture Brothers. Okay. Why? All right, fine, Big Bus. Big Bus says we do. Ooh, slide area. Is there a twist area? How about the mashed potatoes area?
Another question. Why are they... Oh, never mind. Okay, I thought they were both steering the steering wheel. I was confused about that, but okay.
All right, we have to pretend we're one big guy. Hey, funny story about that. Well, not funny. It's a story. It's in the style of funny. Do you know who Les Paul is?
Yeah.
Okay, so before Les Paul, when they would be mixing music, it looked more like a home stereo in a recording studio. It would be a box like yay big, and there would be 5 or 6 dials, because I don't know how many tracks they were recording on. I could be, somebody correct me if you're watching this later, like on YouTube or something. correct me on this, but I think the Beatles were like the first people to get to like 8 tracks. So I think it was only like 5 or 6 back then, maybe 4 actually. And so you would have to do this weird thing with your hands over these knobs until Les Paul came along and it made the sliders in a recording studio. All the slide, yeah, like they were doing it weird before him, man. I just noticed what the name of that lounge is too.
What? I missed it.
That's okay. You're not getting me to. That's a lot of microwaves. Oh, back then they were science ovens. She made a whole pie in a microwave in a metal tin. That's living on the edge, baby.
Big Bus can do anything.
Man.
Well, it's nuclear powered, I think, right?
No. This sucker's electrical. Yeah, it's nuclear powered. I just wanted to say that. Poor Stockard Channing. Oh, and they even put a cat clock in the kit. That they cared about their service staff. Just throw it in reverse.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's something charming about the old slow-mo stuff, but also the high-speed stuff, because back in the day, the way to do that literally was removing every other frame.
Really?
Yeah, that's the trick to it. They actually told that to the Broken Lizard was making Super Troopers, and they had, there's that scene where Max got the Miata and they chase him around. He's like, "You boys like Mexico?" So they filmed all that stuff and of the Miata flying by on the interstate, and they were like, "Why does it look slow?" And somebody's like, "You have to take out every other frame." Yeah. Oh man, you guys are gonna have to do the teeter totter thing and go. Everyone jump off the back as it's going. If you're a captain of the big bus, do you go down with the ship?
Yeah.
He deserves it. He ate a foot. Whatever you do, make sure you do it longer in this end of the bus. Oh my God. Have you seen the last Mission Impossible?
No, I haven't seen the Henry Cavill one yet. That
one's really good. Fallout, that's very, very good. The next one, I like it too, the Dead Reckoning Part 1, which is now not called that anymore. I think it's just Dead Reckoning. It has a train scene that's like this. They wrecked the Oriental Express because it's Tom Cruise. He's like, "What haven't we destroyed yet?" It's a little bit like Uncharted, actually, like the game, because they're like climbing. It's one of these. Oh, they have Fresca. They have root beer, Fanta root beer. When did Fanta make root beer? I guess 1976. Yeah. No.
Oh no.
Not the Coca-Cola.
Not the Coca-Cola.
How are we supposed to get this off the mountain without all the pop? Oh, it's just all the soda. They just let all the soda out because it's so American that if you get rid of all the soda. Oh, this guy's about to smoke a joint in the bathroom. He's covering up the. Yeah, it's gone daffy. It's gone kablooey.
It's got kablooey.
God, those pants are steezing too. The ones with the stripes on the side, like an orange brown.
I kind of want that for a
Halloween costume. Yeah. Especially if we both did it. You need another. If you just, it doesn't matter how stupid you dress, as long as the person next to you is dressed the same way. That's all it matters.
Oh, you know what?
She's drowning in a suicide. I don't know if you guys called them that up here. You mix all the sodas and have a tummy ache. Look at how many blenders there are in the big bus. This bus has 4 blenders, folks. You were about to say something. I cut you off.
Millie, my 3-year-old, we have a little cart thing for her. We could make that into the big bus. And we could be a pilot. In the big
bus. And then she could be anybody she wanted to be in the big bus. She could be Stockard Channing. She could be the guy that's always faking dead, or she'd be the lady with the shoe gun.
I think we'll put her in one of those emergency suits.
If you do that, I have to stop calling it the gimp suit. So, which I should probably do that anyways, now that I'm thinking about it. But anyway, I'm a one girl guy, and I'm a one mean motor scooter, and I'm a rambler, and I ate a foot. I'm Mount Diablo.
Thanks.
Also, I want to point this out. I've only started noticing this because I'm making my own subtitles for stuff, but way too much punctuation, computers. When computers auto-generate it, they put put like no punctuation. People don't talk in sentences, but like there's like 1,000 commas in that last thing that just popped up. Oh, he's marrying him. The captain of the big bus. It's like they're in international waters.
This movie is wild.
It is, man. You know what I was thinking about on the break is that, like, oh, they're at I think that's, no, I don't think it's the Hoover Dam. That's small.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. Is this a goddamn?
Oh, no.
Oh, he's gonna watch the flags.
Oh, just breaking the flags off.
You know how you're like mowing somebody's lawn and you don't really want to, and they got a couple of things that you don't think need to be hit with the weed eater? And you just go ahead and so there's somebody that did a line of coke and then said, we get Stalker Channing in a room full of soda and she's swimming around. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
That's how the movie started, the plot. All right, how do we get her in a room?
How do you get Stalker Channing in a sea of soda? Yeah. He can walk.
I was gonna say, why is he crawling? Wait, and didn't all these flags break from the washer?
Oh God! Oh no! This might be a bad movie.
They had me up until the flags.
That's a lot of donuts they didn't give to anybody. And a donut.
Okay, could you open your eyes up in that?
We will, when we do ours, we'll do this scene, but we'll do an under soda cam where he's just like, it'll be like, she'll be like at the top of the, where you get the last little bit of air. And then our Captain Baloney will come in and be like, I got you. Don't worry about it. And then he goes down and he tries to get her foot undone and it's not going, but the soda won't stop because the big bus don't stop. And so he's going to go back outside the bus, take a wheel off of the bus, bring the wheel inside and hold it under the water, under the soda, for her to get the air out of the tire. I saw that, I think, in a transporter or something. That would never work. Don't put your mouth on a car tire, folks. But we're doing it in our big bus. And he's going to help. And it's not going to save her. It's just going to give her more air. And then he goes down and like punches a cabinet and her foot gets unstuck or something.
How about...
What if he has to eat it off because he's eaten a foot before?
Ooh, that's really good. That's really good.
Cut the check.
Yep. It's the shotgun on the wall in the first scene, right?
It's the Chekhov's cannibalism. Yeah. Good call. That's how you make a movie, baby. Oh, man. This was the scene they probably submitted to the Academy.
I also want Augustus Gloop to come up from the water.
My mother and father.
Where am I?
Do you watch the new Wonky yet?
Nah.
It's good. It took me a little. I don't like the first couple of songs. I think they're like the second song. I think is them talking about cleaning, but it is stuck. It does get stuck in my head, so maybe they're onto something. But I think that Timothy Chalamet. I think he's got a little. I think he tapped into a little. I think he got it. There's a scene where like one of the orphans or the young girl, she comes in and she's like, I've never had chocolate before, and he just does this what, and his whole face like distorts. It's really good. And then there's a couple of times later where he really gets that like crazy inventor, like, you know, obsessive. And I think he does a good job, and it picks up as it goes along. It's weird casting, very weird casting.
Hey, Timothy Chalamet,
Mhm.
the trailer made it seem like he was way overacting, and it kind of turned me off.
He's
to it.
actually really reserved.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw something at you too. And I don't know if they meant for this to be that, but if you remember the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, when Charlie buys the candy bar that wins, it's because he found a coin in the drain.
I know what you're going to say.
The very beginning of Wonka, as he flips the coin, he catches it, it falls out of his pocket into a drain.
Yep.
I think it's pretty cool, man. And Hugh Grant's way better because I didn't like Hugh Grant a lot in the D&D movie. I think that they sort of misused him a little bit. But I think they were also trying to be a little more mass appealing, like maybe for younger kids and stuff too. Because Hugh Grant's so hilarious. He crushes it in Wonka. That writing of his Oompa Loompa is genius. I never would have thought that would be what the character is, and I love it with all my heart. So I ended up watching it a couple of times. I think it's worth checking out.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of give it a pass for the first 15 or 20, and then after that, I think it'll win you over.
Okay. Ignore the bad parts. Like the good
It's a
parts.
slow start. It's a slow start. It's kind of like watching a TV show. I always tell people like you should probably, you know, give it like 2 or 3 before you give up on it, because pilots are always rough, and they had to get him to this place. And it's not bad. It's just I have high expectations for Wonka. I love Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I hate the Tim Burton one. Even though I've come to terms. Me and Tim Burton have squashed our beef, but I cannot with that one. Johnny Depp weirds me out, man.
Yeah.
God, he's got a new cologne commercial that has a wolf in it, and it is way over the top.
I thought it was a joke. I thought it was supposed to like poke fun at himself.
No.
And then no punchline came, and I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Oh, it's so intense.
Yeah.
It's like the Peloton commercials, man. For cologne. There's Jack Black in the background.
What?
This is the guy that looks like him. Okay.
If you say so, Dak.
I was talking over this. I don't know why they're all getting in drag, but I'm not opposed to it. What he should do is get in that truck and throw it in reverse and be like, we're getting out of here. And then they just guns it and launches out the back of it. And then the big bus careens off into the valley. Oh, he's going to use the candelabra to hook that part on the. Oh, they're still trying to save the big bus instead of just getting off of it. You suck. They're out there just giving him shit. He's the only one trying. I saved her from a soda flood. I kept you jerks out of this basin. I've never thrown a chandelier before. I ate a foot. Give me a. Oh. Did he get it? He got it.
You know what?
Now.
You know what took me way too long to realize?
What's up?
Coyote is a playoff of Greyhound.
Oh yeah.
I didn't make that connection until just now. I'm like, wait a minute. Now that the movie's almost done, I'm like, oh yeah. Okay.
So now it's brilliant. Now you're saying you love it. Now we got to start all over. Everybody rewind the clocks.
Now that I get it, I gotta
turn the laser disc over. Kevin, did I tell you that I recently bought a Laserdisc player?
No.
It might be the loudest. Oh, hold on.
Oh, shit.
And you know what? Because he tied himself in, because safety is important.
Mm-hmm.
No, I bought this thing, and it's so loud. It spins a disc that's 12 inches, not a quarter of an inch, probably an eighth of an inch thick, maybe a little bit thinner, at 1800 RPMs. It has a second gear. So it whirs up and then calms the motor down to go to a faster speed. And when you turn it off, it sounds like a turbine powering down. and the resolution is terrible and the sound is terrible, but there's like extra features that didn't get ported to DVDs. And so now I'm trying to pick up some of those because I'm the stupid hipster. But it's been an interesting learning experience about that time in technology because it's a laser karaoke machine.
Oh,
yeah, there's more buttons for the karaoke part than there are to play a latest. This is smart. They're using the drive shaft.
that is pretty clever, actually.
Where are the Mythbusters to test this?
Next time you shoot up your laser disc, can you record it so I can hear?
I have.
Yeah.
Here's what happened. I let Nate borrow my little mini recorder, and I said, "Hey man, I bought a laser disc. I have to record the sound of the laser disc. Let me get it back." And I borrowed it, and I forgot to get the SD card for him. So that I was like going over to his house the next week, and we got to watching Jack Reacher, and I just forgot all about it. I've had this thing for like a month, and I still don't have the mini SD card to put in. I don't want to buy another one because he has both of them, and so I'll get it next time I'm over there. I keep forgetting, but I'm gonna use it for like stock footage stuff, for like shorts that I make at things. Because right now I have a recording I made from the VCR I picked up that I use for some stuff. But it's just an old, like, it's like I think it's like an Emerson, like the one that the VCR like everybody had. I got it for like $30. I had to win an auction to get this damn Laserdisc player, and it was not the first one I tried to win either. I spent weeks getting one. And it didn't come with a remote, so wish me luck. I can't figure out. I can't find a manual anywhere online for this thing. It's wild.
Okay, so he's doing
It's an electric earthquake.
Electric earthquake.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
I knew he wasn't ready to do an earthquake. Is anybody ever ready to do an earthquake? Some days I'm ready to do it. Some days I wake up and I'm like, I'm doing an earthquake today. He's doing it, Peter. Don't forget to turn the wheel.
We did it.
I ran my car off the road one time, my 280Z that I had, and it didn't go all the way off. Just one wheel did, and it was a road that had no guardrails. It wasn't like this. It just had ditches. And so I stopped it because I was trying to do a K-turn, and I accidentally just didn't see something. Again, I'm terrible at like small stuff. I'll go as fast as I can, but in a parking lot, I'm dangerous. So like the front part of it went off, and I stopped it. But that year model of Z car, Nissan doesn't know how to make brakes at all. So the Mercy brake didn't work in the car, and it's a stick shift, and so it's stuck. And so me and my friends like help push it. And then the wheel gets back up and it starts rolling off the other side of the road. And I have to launch into this car to stop it. It was a nightmare. I didn't climb out over the roof. The fuselage is separated from the propulsion unit.
Wait, it's turning with it? How does that work?
That's the setup for Big Bus 2. The reuniting when they get the two halves back together. That's it. That's how it ends. That's the whole. Wow. They just were like, we're done now. We have no more story. Credits. Good credits, though. Credits look like some of the TalkOver letters that I use, if I'm being honest.
Thomas May, you did good key grip.
Yeah, I agree. It was lit very, very well.
1976.
Father Kudos was that guy's name. The guy in the Iron Lung is Iron Man. So the first real Iron Man in a movie, live action, was not RDJ.
Huh.
Yeah. Farmer's wife, farmer's son, bus bartender. I want to write a song called First Cemetery Man. What'd you think about this, Kevin?
I don't know. I really don't know.
That's what we promise here at the TalkOver. Confusion.
Confusion is a good. I gotta turn the volume down, man. It got real loud here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Watch Airplane.
Yeah, just watch Airplane. I think that's the message of this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll watch this again. I might.
Nah.
I don't know. I might. I could see myself, popping this one in again. I might pick up the Blu-ray of it just for kicks. Wow, the credits are even short. We're already at this part. Made in Hollywood. Yeah, that wasn't the Hoover Dam. Okay. Trailways. That must have been the bus company that helped them out. I wonder if they built buses at the time, and so they helped them make those. It sounds like a bus company. That's it. That's a big bus. That's a hot 89 minutes. Not even 90. That's how fast the trip is on the big bus. 89 minutes. And we are, it's suggesting Cool as Ice next. Oh, it knows. It knows me, Kevin.
See, that's one I haven't seen yet. It's Cool as Ice.
Bro,
I've heard a lot of stories about it.
Ever want to watch it, I will watch it with you. I was obsessed with that movie when I was a kid. I wanted to be, I'm stopping the timer. The movie's way done. Yeah, what's so funny about Cool as Ice is that on the back of it, it says it's a reimagining of Rebel Without a Cause. I didn't know that when I was a kid. It's wacky, it's wild. It goes for it, man. But anyway, but on the topic of the big bus, I don't think that it should disappear into obscurity. I think that if somebody likes movies from around that time, like the look and the sound, I think this one goes in there. It is kind of a tweener. It doesn't have a whole lot of, man, there's some scenes that are pretty crazy though.
That's why I'm like, I don't hate it, because there are some good stuff in there. And I feel like the big bus walked so Airplane could run.
Absolutely. And it belongs on the DVD shelf or the Blu-ray shelf or the 4K shelf or the Laserdisc shelf. Oh, I should look this up on Laserdisc.
Ooh.
Oh, I bet I can get that for $2.50. Well, man, we're going to get out of here. You got anything else before we go, Kevin?
I want to go ride a bus now. I'm feeling it.
I didn't get to that part of the story. My bus experience was not the same. I went from Alabama to Louisville, Kentucky, and the first 3 minutes of it, somebody went to the back and puked in the bus, and that's how the trip started. I will never ride a Greyhound bus again. I have PTSD from riding the bus. But anyway, but man, thanks for coming on. Thanks for doing this with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Do you see why I was like, I need Kevin for this? Does it not kind of feel like, wow, this is a little weirdly catered to us? It's got everything. So folks, go out there. If you hadn't done it already, give me a like over on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook. That's how I announce these things. I put up little cards and I'll put stuff in other places. You just got to tell me. I have the summer lineup planned. I got stuff recorded. I told you I haven't even begun to be done. The TalkOver, just like the big bus, does not stop rolling. Kevin, thank you again for coming on. You guys have a good night. Yeah, we talked over it.